Welcome, traders, investors, enthusiasts. If you've been around this long, man, God bless you, because cryptocurrency is not for the faint of heart, man. Like I've lost so much money, and I've also made so much money in this market, and it kind of depends on the whole trend. Are we going down? Are we going up? I've been in it since 2017, and, first time I lost 20 grand, and then once I lost first 100 grand, I was like, oh God. Then when I lost 200 grand, I was like, oh my God. But then when I made 500 grand, it was like, hey, this is freaking awesome, right? So one thing I just wanted to share with all of you, even people if you're watching this later as it's not live, is there's something incredibly important that has happened, and it needs to reverse. It needs to reverse up. So I'm going to talk a little bit about long-term, and then I'm going to talk about short-term. And I'm also going to be around the blockchain tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to debate about stuff. I know I've got some way different views on, politics, fundamentals, technicals, you name it, regulation in crypto, all sorts of stuff. I believe there's no right or left. I'm more of a gray type individual, right? So without more digression, what do you guys want to hear? You want to hear the long term first? Heck. Let's have the long term first. Ryan asks, are we going up? Truthfully, okay. Ryan in the comments, I know I say I'm going long term first, but short term, I do think that we are going to go up. I do think we've found a little bit of support, and we're going to have a little bounce. Is that bounce going to be above 24,000? I don't know. Okay, but I will get into it. So let's talk a little bit about the long term first. Okay, you can see this is a logistics chart. This is from 2011. Over the last decade, right? I've got a trend line here. And hey, for everyone that's drawing trend lines, this was for my TikTok. If you guys wanted a real concise version of what I'm about to say, I was on there on TikTok. But we've got a descending triangle, right? First one was 2014. It broke down. It popped back up over the trend line, and we had a parabolic move. Then 2017, 2018, we had a descending triangle breakdown. Boom, boom, boom. And what has happened now? Okay, it's 2022. We've got a descending triangle. It's broken, and now we're going potentially back up, right? This is on the monthly. This is a very good sign. Also a good sign is the stochastics is being oversold. We're getting ready to have that cross down here, which is also a very bullish sign. Every time we've gotten those cross, we've had a parabolic move. And because this is a logistics chart, I can just show you a little bit of those pumps, right? That's 220%. Right, boom, and then last cross up here. Oh, that's not the right one that I want. I wanted the measure tool. Okay, that was a much bigger one of 8,000%. Okay, so that is all very good for crypto and Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is basically the S&P 500 of crypto, right? Because if I look at the S&P 500 here, let me make my face less big, because we don't want to look at me. We want to look at the information. So the S&P 500 here, let's reset that so you can see them together. Okay. Basically over the same period, we've got 2010 to now, right? Boom, boom, boom. They look the same. Stocks are healthy. Bitcoin is healthy, all right? Yes, we have ebbs and flows, but overall, it doesn't matter when you invest. If you invest down here in 2011, you made money. If you invested in 2010 and then it crashed, you still made money, right? Same thing for Bitcoin. If you invested in 2012, you made money. If you invested in 2017, it crashed, you held on, you still made quite a bit of money, okay? So it's important to look at from the long-term outlook, hey, have I made money? Am I going to make money? Over the long term, yes, I believe you are going to make money. Okay, let me stretch this out a little bit more so we can see here. But the idea is you want to get a good entry point, okay? And good entry point is not buying the top, okay? You don't want to buy the top here, because what happens? You've got a bad feeling in your mouth because you lost money. You have to wait quite a while to make it back again. Nobody likes doing that. Well, what am I telling you right here on the chart, right now is a decent time to enter in basically all the cryptos that you potentially want to buy. Because again, on the monthly, this is a good time. Yes, we're at 21,000. Everyone wants to talk about going down to 17, or 15, or getting Bitcoin at $4,000. Well, let me tell you something. I got to zoom into me for just a second because you have to listen to it. You are never going to get the perfect entry into anything. You are never going to get it, whether it's buying a house, whether it's investing in the stock market, whether it's buying a car. It's best to look at when you have an opportunity and take it, okay? It's just simple as that, is you got to take it. And right now, I believe that there's a good indicators proving that now is a decent time to at least dollar cost averaging into all the coins you want. Cardano, Ethereum, blah, blah, blah. If you're a Doge guy, heaven forbid, I pray for you because I don't believe in Doge. But if you have a fundamental reason to believe in Doge, it's down right now, okay? It wouldn't be bad to start thinking about putting some money into it. I know everything that I believe in. Currently, I am putting money into it. Yes, it might be only $250 a week, $25 a week. I am putting money into it. All right. Right now, big signal says, boom, it's okay. So a little bit of maybe not the, I'm going to go a little negative right here for just a second. Okay. So if I wanted to be the bear as opposed to the bull, let me draw a trend line over the last 10 years. And I guess let me teach you how to draw trend lines because it's each his own, right? But you either draw on the body or the wicks. You can't have both. What I mean by that is I can't have the bottom of the wick here and then I'm going to touch everything on the body, right? That's not how it works. I either need to do body to body or wick to wick. So this would be body to body, right? This is wick to wick. You'll get much different results, but it's important to show that. It both shows that, hey, this is a level of support over the last 10 years. We haven't broke below it until now, right? We broke below it until now. There's lots of manipulation going on in the market because it's just a bigger market. We've got, $1 trillion in here, but there's 50 trillion on the sidelines that could pump into this. All right. So if I'm looking at this, we need to break above the $30,000 mark to really start pumping back into that bear or bull market. And that's all I'm going to show you on this chart. And why I'm saying the $30,000 mark is interesting is because if I hop out on some of my moving averages here, where is the 200-day located? It's located right around that $30,000 mark. That's incredibly interesting right here on Bitcoin. Right? Yeah, I am showing you guys that there's potentially a double bottom forming, so I guess I will go over that with you guys as well. Let me get rid of some of the volume because we don't need to see all the volume because I don't want to confuse everybody with stuff because too many people have too much shit on their charts to begin with. But yeah, in order for this guy to work is we need to break above the $24,000 mark, okay? $24,000 mark, then we're going to that like 30,000. But we have found somewhat of a soft bottom here in the short term with Bitcoin because right here, right around the $20,500 mark, we are bouncing off of. That is a good sign. So right now we're stuck in this range. Boom, 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 right? But we have found a bottom here. So we really need to break below this if we're going to go much lower to that 18,000 or what everyone is thinking. Okay, but I think we're going to get a small little move up here. I know Powell's supposed to talk. The chairman of, the Fed is supposed to talk on Friday. That's probably influencing the market a little bit. If I'm looking at Ethereum, right? If I'm looking at Ethereum, we have just kind of broken into a resistance. We have potentially, I guess let me zoom in here. Let me get rid of this guy. And okay, load. You can see here on the daily, we are fighting to break above resistance. Okay, the $1,700 mark is relatively resistance for Ethereum. If we break above that, that is a good entry signal to, hey, it's going up here. But you want to wait for the candle to close here because we could get a reversal back down to what is this? The $1,500 range, but $1,500 is acting as good support as well. Yeah, I know I'm trying to go wick to wick here. So we've seen that $1,500 range is pretty safe there. So we've got a $200 range here in Ethereum and about a couple grand range on Bitcoin. But we also have a stochastic cross going up here, right? So far, this might turn into a hammer candle or it might turn into a doji. We will see. Doji is kind of a reversal, but all of the money and all the liquidation has already happened. It was exhausted. There was nothing else. People bought afterwards. So I'm thinking that the move is kind of over with, because if we look at volume right here, look at all the freaking volume. There's a lot of support just as far as a money wall with people. So therefore, I'm looking for a break above that 1700 to go long again. All right. I'm not looking at much of any other indicators. I guess I could look at RSI. Right? But these are all lagging indicators, and everybody wants to have that, what if it's Lux Algo or a market cipher, they want just a buy signal, buy and sell signal. That's not how it works. Trading is as much of a science as it is an art. It's got a lot to do with kind of your feelings. So you want to have your good stops in place and be able to not only risk about 1% of your trading capital. So I like to use Bybit a lot. Bybit, if you use my link in the comments, man, you get a $30 bonus, and then potentially you're entered to having an extra $3,000 free to trade with, depending upon how much you deposit in there. But you could 100x leverage the $30 to trade it as if it's $3,000, right? I don't suggest you do that, but you could potentially do that. I like to stay relatively between 5 and 30 is really what I like to do. I rarely use 30. I mainly stay around the 5 to 10, but that's just me because I want to have my stops be somewhere where I'm wrong. All right. If I'm looking at the trend, right? Trend on Ethereum, it has theoretically been broken because we have a low, then we have a higher low, then we have a higher low, right? And then now we've got pretty close to a new lower low, which breaks the market. So this guy, this move needs to get above here, above the $2,000 range in order to prove that this was wrong. We need to get above the $2,000 range. This has got to be a big move. This has got to be a huge move. All right. If we're going to continue in a upward, I would like to call this a bear bull run, right? Because we are below the 200-day. For those of you on Ethereum, the 200-day is right above there. So I'm expecting a huge move if this is going to continue. If we get rejected on any of this stuff, it is meaning we're going lower. And then I'm going to start thinking about shorting. Right now, I am not thinking about shorting. The majority of me is thinking about going long. But I got to get a break above 1,700. And my stop would be, again, below that $1,500 range, right? So I need to have a $200 wiggle room when I'm trading here. And if I'm looking at a trading deal, so here, if I'm doing this and my target's here for the breakout, what is that? That's a 1 to 2 trade. For me, that's really good. I'll play that trade all damn day long, right? But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a short-term and a long-term outlook. Trading-wise, I think we're going to see a little bit of a pump here soon, okay, here in the short term. Long-term, I'm bullish long-term. How can I not be bullish? This is an accumulation zone long-term. Oh, that was a really crappy drawing. That was an even crappier drawing. Long-term, this is good time to invest in all of this stuff because it's down here on stochastics. Every time we've been down here, we have pumped up considerably. Yes, it takes 6 months to a year to see it, but wouldn't of you have liked to, in the last bear market, bought Bitcoin when it was at $3,000 to $10,000? Yes, that is a very large range, okay? But the idea is, if you were lucky enough to get the 3,000, good for you. You got the macro bottom, all right? But if you were able to get anywhere between the 3 and 10, you were doing damn good because it went up to 70,000. Ethereum, it was $100 in the last bear market, right? The new bottom could very well have been that $1,000. Is 1,600 that bad of an entry when the guy went to 5,000 and potentially the next market going to go to 10 to 20,000, we're talking about a, 10 to 20x. Psh, come on. Hey, I'm going to be around on the blockchain this afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern. Check that out. And if you want some free money to trade with, be sure to hit up Bybit and ask me questions. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, down here. I'm willing to help you guys out. Until next time, I just appreciate all you guys. Thank you.